What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Own64, and I'm back here with another one. Here today, what we're going to be looking at is we're going to be looking at just like basic farming and gameplay. I think a lot of people are struggling on like strategizing maybe what they're going to do, or how they need to formulate a plan to make a comeback, or how they should be doing things, you know, from early game into middle game and late game and so on and so forth. So, I don't know how many people know that you can do this. Whoops, wrong button there. But you can actually go in. Oop, I keep pressing all of the buttons. You can actually go in and pick, like, you know, your favorite character. In this case here, I'm just going to use Goku to show you, but you can go into a training ground. And this is the best way I'm going to be able to display to you what my strategy is going into the game and how I'm thinking. And hopefully, you know, with, you know, maybe you wanted to copy or duplicate what I do, or, you know, you want to tweak it in some type of way, but a lot of what I'm going to go over right here is just like the basics on how to do things and what's important and things like that. So you can go into here and basically you just choose to play on the actual ground. Now you can change the settings of the actual training, and this is, I'm just doing this to show you guys, because if we were in a real match it may be a little bit harder. But so hero settings, my ally hero, I'm going to turn his attack on. No damage, take no damage. I'm going to leave that off. I want him to take damage. The enemy heroes, taking damage off, no damage. No. Yeah, I want them to take damage, and then I want them to be able to attack as well. And then the NPCs, yeah, leave that off, fast forward off. Okay, everything's good. So this is what I want on here, just so that way it simulates a regular match. Now, as far as like the enemy heroes go, they don't really attack much in this, but you know, we'll still make it work. So me and Vegeta, let's just say you go top lane and everything. You want to get your farm here, so you're gonna, you know, with your teammate, get your farm. I usually choose Meteor Hammer first for Goku, just because he lunges up the actual lane a lot faster there. So I could just jump on the farm, quickly grabbing it, because I want to get to that center area on the top there as fast as possible at the highest level I can possibly be. And I also want my teammate to be there. Now with Goku's Kaioken, I try not to use it because it goes on a massive cooldown. Look at that, 14 seconds. And I need that. Oops, yeah, look at that. I didn't even get my Kamehameha right there, but that's okay. I need that for this right here. So yeah, I got it back with his passive abilities and the way Kaioken works. But essentially this piece of farm right here is huge. So a lot of times you're going to get in there, you're going to try to do your first strike where you hit the enemy team and everything like that. But what my goal is to either get that first strike and then go straight for this. Because look at that. I'm already almost level 5 just from that one piece of farm. So hold on, let's turn off Vegeta's craziness really quick here. No, I'll just leave it on. But basically you get that, and you're now I have my ult. I obviously didn't get my Kamehameha right away, which was a mistake, but it's okay. But at this point here, whenever you get this piece of farm here and you level up, the other team is most likely going to be all level 3. They're not going to be level 4 or 5 like you are. You can then push a fight successfully, killing them, right? Because now I'm way over leveled compared to the other team. I mean, I shouldn't say way over leveled. He was level 4, but it took the bot a while to get up the lane there. But this piece of farm here allows you to be able to push that fight. Now, there are rare occasions where we'll just push the fight immediately and be able to take the other team before even going for that piece of farm. And then that allows us to just clear the lane and then have all this farm here for free. Now, let's say here, I'm just gonna come over and heal. Let's say that, you know, the other team does get that farm. Let's say they get that big farm right here and you lose it. Well, then usually you want to back up and heal. Depending, you know, if Zeno's here, you're going to back up to defend because you're better off over here. But you're going to want to try to take these pieces of farm on the way back, you know? You don't want to let them, there's usually a piece of farm that is, here. There's usually a piece of farm that is right here and right here. I'm going to let these guys spawn back. I'm going to actually, yeah, we're going to turn off our hero ally. All right, get out of here, Vegeta. All right, so yeah, there's usually this piece of farm, this piece of farm, this piece of farm, this piece of farm, this piece of farm. Okay, you lose this farm right here, you have all of this depending on what they've gotten or you've gotten so far, right? So if that happens and you have to back up over here, you back up, you block for Zeno, you heal, whatever have you. If Zeno's on their pad, perfect. Maybe you did enough damage to where they're backing up in that skirmish for that piece of farm. Well, then you start taking everything. This is your job now, is to take all of this farm. Do not worry about trying to get some hits in on their God of Destruction. You can, sometimes it's successful, but I would not say that that's necessarily something that you want to do all the time, because early game, especially when you have a character that has a transformation like Goku, you want to get your level 7 as fast as possible. You want to get your ult as fast as possible, because now look what we have here. I have that objective showing up, and boom, look at that. Now I can go straight to the objective. And let's just imagine that there was 2 heroes there. I can go straight to the objective and we can start ripping this guy. This objective does a lot of damage, so be careful when you're ripping him. And so I just dropped my bomb on him, bing bong, and we have an objective. And now, even though we weren't attacking this, look at that, 16 comes over and he does some damage for us. And then you just go back to farming. You know what I mean? Just go back to farming. Now, the other one spawns. So since there's 2 of you in the lane, let's imagine I had Vegeta in lane with me, so I had a tank. So once that other one spawns, you're gonna wanna rotate. One of you is gonna wanna rotate down here. Whoever feels most comfortable rotating. The other defend that pad up there. And now you're gonna have a 3v2 down here. And you want that, because that's a macro. That's a macro. So bottom line, what that means is that if there's 3 of you attacking the objective, compared to their 2 people that are attacking the objective on the other team, you're going to be able to secure that objective a lot easier. See, I'm gonna need to back up and make sure I don't get killed by the objective here. But you're gonna be able to secure that objective a lot easier because you're gonna have more damage. That's your macro there. You can have people zoning. You can have your one big attacker who's high level just hitting it, but you usually want to have, you know, your teammates hitting it with you because it makes it a lot easier. So boom, you get that. Now you got 2 objectives. And let's just say this is, you know, this is a perfect game. You're doing great. You've gotten all the farm, you know, you're starving the enemy team is what you're doing. You're starving the enemy team and you haven't had to push this pad. Now, obviously you still can. There's moments in between all this farming and fighting where grabbing that pad is a good thing. You know, going over there to hit the God of Destruction is definitely a necessary thing. But now you have a 3rd objective that pops up. So let's say you got one teammate that's just guarding or ripping a God of Destruction right now. The other 2 should come here unless they're involved in some kind of serious fight. Hopefully if that serious fight is not going their way, that they're leaving that fight to go heal and then come over to your boy here that's hitting this objective. Because watch what happens when you get the 3rd objective. And right now what? They have one pad that's almost gone. They have another pad with some damage on it. We're gonna secure this really quick. All right, now we've gotten 3 objectives. So it should pop up on the boom, 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 triple boss kill. That's a double Zeno. So the top pad's broken and double Zeno down here. You officially are able to just rip this pad with whoever you're with still and keep pushing. You can now keep pushing, right? You can keep pushing. There's still 37 seconds down here to rip another one, right? This is where you can roll the other team. Boom, we broke that, and now I can push up here to the last one. We still have 22 seconds. Now imagine, you know, there's gonna be some fights going on, there's gonna be some other stuff going on, but you can see how this can actually roll another team. Like we'll leave Nail there, he can block off Vegeta, or he can come with me, I don't care. And then now you just break their dragon and take the ball, or break their dragon shell. I'm like, what is that word? Yes, dragon shell. So there's importance there with farming and importance there with the objectives or the bosses. If you don't get all 3 bosses, that's not a big deal. If you get 2 out of 3, that's great. Like that's definitely a big deal for your team. Then you want to focus on farming. Now I'll go back in here. And I'm not going to turn on anything. But in the case that, let's say you guys are losing these fights. Let's say you lost that mutual farm in center. You didn't get it. You're down levels. The enemy team is pushing your pad. You feel overwhelmed. What do? All right, so let's say that center farm comes up. Boom, boom, they get it, right? They get it. Well, right now, first of all, you should have already gotten this piece of farm. because they have a mutual one. They have one on their side too that they probably, you know, they got that guy right there, and then usually one pops up right here for them. So they get this farm right here. Once this farm is gone, because I have to take it out real quick just so that way the other farm pops. Once this farm is gone, all of this farm comes in. So if they take it, you start ripping all the other farm. You start ripping all the other farm to catch up. And let's say, boom, something happens. You died, your teammate died, something happens. Zeno's on their pad now, and they can't push you. There obviously is farm there, but you can come down and you can still get this other farm where you're safe from the enemy team. You want to contest that other farm, but there is a ton of farm down here. Now the objective is spawned, and let's say you were able to get, you know, level 6, luckily, just like this. I'm actually like avoiding some farm on purpose just to make this like more realistic. But you got your level 6 and you're like, okay, I'm gonna leave my teammate there. You rotate down. As you're rotating, there's more farm. Get as much as you can, you know, but kind of judge it based off of what you see happening on the map. If you see their whole team is on it, maybe you don't stop to farm. Maybe you just go straight to the objective to help your teammates fight. Because again, you want that 3v2 if the other team's not rotating, and you want that macro. So you come down, boom, you start doing this, you know, you get the objectives. And if you get this objective here, I'm just gonna hurry up and get it. All right, so let's say you get it. Now, maybe you have the opportunity to make a comeback, right? Because, you know, the other objective is gonna spawn top. You get all this farm down here, you go through as much as you can with your teammates, and Zeno's going to their side now. You need to circle back up. So you just head back up. Again, the farm is back. And you just kind of want to play it like that. You also got to watch your map though, because you don't want to stop to farm. So many people will make the mistake of, I need to farm. Well, yes, you do need to farm, but also you need to help your teammates. You need to help your teammates. So if you're sitting here and you're farming back here and you got a fight that's going on over here, you know, and people are getting hurt and they're losing this farm. Well, guess what? Your teammates are starving and you're over here just farming. Like the value for what you're doing is very little compared to what the value the team is getting from killing your teammates, right? And stealing all of your farm. So you want to come over here, even if you're not like smiting this, you're not getting the last shot on these pieces of farm, you're getting some of that experience, getting it with your teammates, right? And if your teammates are growing big and strong, and they're able to do enough damage to the enemy team, and you know, you rotated in time and everything like that, then you guys should be able to take down one or more of the enemy teammates. Thus leaving it, you know, a little bit less stressful, trying to take the objective here. And you just go back and forth with that, right? Okay, well, he's gonna do a lot of damage, so we're just gonna let him do his thing. So I'm not gonna die to him. Okay, 16. So basically, I mean, that's the name of the game. And I think that a lot of people get caught up in, oh my God, I got to farm, and they just stop doing everything and just farm. Like farming is very important, but you have to know how to farm. You have to know how to farm. You should not abandon everything just to farm. A lot of people do it out of anger. I get it, you know, not every game's going to go your way. The other thing too is, and we've run into this, if there is one person top here, and a whole team rotates to the bottom lane down there. And as you see, Zeno is coming to the top lane and he's gonna be on their side. If their whole team is down there and you have all this for free, yeah, farm while Zeno's not here, but also once Zeno's here, just take this for free. Just take it for free. Because maybe you feel like you're not doing much by doing that, but you are doing a lot by doing that. So, because now the other team's like, oh no, we lost a God of Destruction. We need to win this fight. The urgency, the stress that they're under now, I mean, it's a little bit more, right? It's a little bit more because they lost their pad, and you can keep going. Like Zeno is still here. I'm still farming, but that's a mistake that people make is to continue farm. Like start ripping that one. and you're gonna help your team. Trust me, you're gonna help your team. And then if they're dead or whatever had happened down there, then back up, retreat, go to defend, grab some more farm, join the fight with them, help them out, because now you have a center objective, right? That's the third objective comes, it seems pretty quickly, or at least it feels pretty quickly after the second objective is there and spawned. And at this point, you got one pad gone, you got another half pad gone. Maybe you win this third objective. Winning, like I said, 2 out of 3 still has big value. So you take the third, and I'm just trying to get it quickly here. You still got that, and maybe you weren't able to push these pads, but you got a double Zeno. You still got a double Zeno top. You still got a double Zeno. Actually, I got all 3 of them, so. But yeah, maybe you see how much damage that one has on it now. So now, you go maybe back to wherever Zeno is on your field. It's looking a little different now because I took all 3 of those objectives in this training match here. But maybe you go back. Let's say Zeno's down here for you and he's up there for them. And you're here with your teammates just guarding this one because that's the pad that they're going to want to push. And you guys are just taking farm. You have all of this farm here, all this catch-up farm, just farm. Farm until you guys are strong enough to go ahead and make a push attempt. That's pretty much it, man. I mean, there's obviously a lot of other little things that you're going to learn along the way. And like I said, this is just my strategy going in, the way I think of it in the game, because there should never be a time where you're like, oh no, I need to do nothing but farm. Unless the whole team is doing nothing but farming, that's not the play, right? That's not the play. You want to farm while you're fighting, and you want to starve the other team is really what it comes down to, because you start looking at that level difference and you get somebody on the other team that's level 11 and your whole team is level 10 or 9 or 8. Like that's a big deal, because now that person has 3 level difference over everybody on your team, and they can kind of make the attempt to steamroll the team by letting their teammates farm everything, steal it from you while they're in every single fight, making your life a living hell. So I think that pretty much sums it up. If you guys have anything to add, please drop it in the comments below. Let me know, anything that you guys do, that you may do that helps in your games. Because just because I'm making the video to teach doesn't mean that I can't learn too. And that is the beauty of competitive gaming, is that you always learn. You just want to continue to learn, and we're here to help each other as a community, as gamers. So I hope that this, brings value to your games. I hope this helps in any questions. If you were ever doubting anything you're doing, or you were going into matches and you're like, where do I even begin? I hope that this video helps you a lot. And happy gaming. I'll see you guys all on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.